It's Wick and Helen from Camino Provisions. We're starting out early this morning on, this is September 13th, day 10 of our, since we started walking, and we're in Estella. One of the things that we wanted to visit with you about today is the heat. We have had several days in the, well, for what's Fahrenheit for Americans, high 90s to about 100, so in the mid 30s for centigrade. And we have found that all of the tips that we talk about in another video for heat, protecting yourself from heat exhaustion, are really important to follow. What we have found is it's very difficult to stay hydrated because the climate, when it gets that hot, is very dry here. So you find yourself drinking a lot of water, and you need to, where you can, when you see a font and you can fill up, you need to fill up. Another thing that we have seen that's just critical is wearing a hat. We've seen several pilgrims who didn't feel like they needed hats, be in a position where between being dehydrated and not having a hat, they were feeling dizzy and almost woozy to the point of needing to sit down.
In fact, we were having lunch in a little cafe, and a young pilgrim woman came in with an empty water bottle, and she was filling it up to go back with it on a trail to help an older woman who was about to collapse. And it's more than staying hydrated, it's the heat just beating on you, and there's no shade. And so that's what we're trying to say. It's beyond hydration. It's really just getting out of the sun somehow, or making your own barrier to the sun with your hat, and then just taking breaks when you need to. Yeah,
being careful and listening to your body is very important. When you need to take a break, do take a break. So anyway, those are things that we are learning firsthand on our walk so far.
Another tip that we would have for you, for those who are staying in places other than albergues like we are, because we want to try to have a private room and a private bathroom. We just can get better sleep, and it works better for us to do that. Because of how many people are on the Camino right now, we have had to get apartment type places a couple of times, and they've been fine as far as the accommodation itself, but we are also having our heavier pack suitcase transported by one of the transport companies that do that. And if you're staying in an apartment, they cannot deliver it to the apartment, and so they end up delivering it to the municipal albergue in the place in the city where you are. So that means that you have to go to that albergue and then slog your heavy pack or suitcase to the apartment where you're staying. So that's not the best setup, and one that we will try to avoid in the future. So 2 days ago, we left Puente la Reina and went to Lorca, which was about, how many miles?
About 8 miles.
About 8 miles, and I don't know in kilometers. We will do the math in his head.
More than 8 miles.
Okay.
More than 8. And then it's early in the morning for us here.
It's not even 7 a.m. here, and we're trying to get this done while we have quiet and some a way to do it. So anyway, we left Puente la Reina and went to Lorca. It was a very, very hot day, very tough walk, but thankfully when we got to Lorca, our hotel or hostel, I think it was called, and we'll put the description in the description box. We'll put the name of it. It was absolutely beautiful, just a phenomenal place to stay. Not more expensive than some other places we've stayed, but everything was. I think it was built just 3 years ago, and had some of the nicest design for pilgrims I've ever seen. And we had some great times of community at that place, and we're just well cared for, I would say. Nice communal meal, everything. And then so yesterday we got up at Lorca and came to Estella, and it was another really hot day, difficult day, even though the mileage was short. In this heat, it feels like double or triple the work. So it was a tough day for us. And we had rain and thunderstorms during the night. So, and we're expecting that there will be some rain today on the trail. So we're gonna go see what happens. But we wanted to just give you this recap along with the video that I'll be putting together for the Puente la Reina to Lorca, Lorca to Estella.
And I do want to emphasize that we weren't just embracing our slow Camino by having 2 days with lower mileage, but it was because we knew the heat was going to be so bad, and we were able to adjust. And if you're able to do that, we highly recommend it, because the heat makes all the difference.
Yeah, and if you don't have the time to slow down and adjust walking, then you might consider just taking a short bus ride and taking a day off in this kind of heat.
Yes.
To stay on your schedule. Anyway, we'll say
until next time, buen camino.
We're headed to grab a coffee and a tea before we leave Puente la Reina. It's a Sunday morning. Good morning from Puente la Reina. Beautiful morning. This is the beautiful Puente la Reina, the bridge that the town is named for. We have the sun is just coming up over there. And we're smiling. Right now it's cool. It's gonna heat up today. Okay, lots of ups so far today. And here comes a cyclist, bless him. Buen camino. Buenos dias.
Et je l'ai laissé à Rousseau, l'âne.
Comme ça, t'as ton camion quand
Ah oui.
So we are in Manieru, and this is a water fountain where you can replenish your bottles. Some tables and benches to take a little rest.
Ah, mais tant pis, hein. Eh oui.
Cirauqui in the distance. Entering Cirauqui. We still have quite a way to go to get to where we're staying tonight. And it's heating up. It's supposed to be 96 degrees Fahrenheit today. So we're drinking a lot of water, right? So this is a table with some snacks and water set up here on the side of the path. It's just, the sign says for peregrinos, for pilgrims.
It's a beautiful day, very warm, so we're glowing, but we are enjoying the trip and the scenery's been beautiful.
We think this is the last uphill slog of the day today. We hope so. Good morning from Lorca at Casa Naya. Lovely place. We're on our way to Estella. Lots of fields that have been harvested and a sky that looks like it has some rain in it for us today. Okay. Heading towards Estella. Okay, we're almost at Via Tuerta.
Almost like you've got to do it now.
Yeah, we're never gonna, yeah.
Okay, the Camino is taking us through a nice, really pretty neighborhood here in Via Tuerta. There's a little bridge that's pretty. This is the church in Via Tuerta. It's celebrating its 1,000-year anniversary in 2020, 2 years ago. It's a beautiful setting. Wick, what were you saying about it always being at the top?
Well, being up at the top of the hill where potentially it could be used as a fortress also.
It's a nice little fountain here, the entrance to Estella.